Hello, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to our channel. Welcome to Fagiola Chuma 254. On this platform, we discuss a plethora of issues. We discuss our politics, social and economic welfare of our society. But then there are also other times when we're going to be setting aside, some segment to talk about our physical health, our, health issues, because a healthy man is a wealthy man. The moment your body starts acting in a weird manner, your poverty begins. Now, I'm getting back to YouTube when, I left when things were hot. Things been hot since then. And apparently I'm coming back when things are still hot. And currently what everybody's talking about in the whole nation is, the issue to do with the forced disappearance, abductions. Everybody's talking about them. The politicians are talking about the abductions. The police are denying they're not involved. The clergy are calling it actions of darkness. You know, that's where we are right now. And it's not a good place to be in, especially for those whose whose relatives have disappeared mysteriously, those who've been kidnapped. Some are kidnapped in broad daylight. I mean, things have been happening, and the president is, I don't know. I just don't know what I can say about the president and the abductions, because the last time I heard him talking about the abductions, he said they don't happen. In fact, he said if anybody had anyone, a friend, a relative, um, a family member who you know disappeared, who like went for maybe a demonstration, or whatever, and never came back, he wanted their names. But who are we supposed to blame when these things are happening? Hmm? Because when people disappear, when people are abducted, it's always a, I mean, it's done in the name of the police. When they come for you. They say they're the police. Huh? So who are we supposed to blame? Who is in charge of the police? The police IG? And who is in charge of the police IG? As we know, although the police force is supposed to be independent, but are they independent? The kind of things they do. They're always doing it for, one side most of the time. I mean, you become an enemy of the state when you start talking against them. But if you're saying stuff that uh you're talking about something that is wrong, I mean, inflammatory and stuff, as long as you're saying it in support of the government, nobody's gonna touch you. So people have been disappearing because they're on the other side. They're talking, saying inflammatory things according to the government, and they disappear. The bad thing is, most of the people who disappear, most of them, they're never found. And if they're found, they're always unalived. So, like, right now, we have around 4, 5 guys, youths, Gen Zs, who've disappeared. Some just mysteriously disappeared. Others were seen being abducted or taken forcefully by law enforcers, people without uniform, without official cars, and they've not been heard from since they were abducted. Somebody like Quebec and the brother. There was somebody who was abducted in Nambu. I mean, it's all over the nation. I have two things that I want to talk about. Number one, um, when these things are happening, I don't think they're happening. I mean, when somebody is abducted by government agencies, because it's government agencies allegedly who are abducting them, although they deny it. When it happens that way, the person who stands to lose is is the president, right? It's his name that is being dragged into mud. What's he doing about it? What has he said about it? What has he done about it? What kind of thing has the president done that can, you know, make people feel confident that he's on our side when it comes to these issues of forced disappearance? He's done nothing. He's always quiet, and when he talks, he contradicts himself. So I think, given that William Ruto wants to be elected in 2027, he's not taking the right steps to curb, to curb these things, because you never know. I mean, let me play the devil's advocate. You never know. Maybe these people who are disappearing are not even being they're not being abducted or disappeared by people who are rooters. But since he's not saying anything, since nobody has been brought to book for these actions, he's the only person who's going to be blamed. And that is not working for his 2027 ambitions, because I know he has those ambitions. That's number one. Number two, in a previous video, I once said that a tyrant's rule is prescribed by how long the subjects are willing to be ruled. The question is, these things have been happening. Somebody is at a shop buying something, and 2-3 men come from nowhere, pick you up, put you in a car forcefully, and drive away with you. A car is stopped on the highway, people come, open the doors, yank you out of the car, put you in another car, and they drive away. And every time these things are happening, you remember when Keter was being kidnapped? Broad daylight. And so many of such kind of abductions have happened. And people are always seeing them, recording videos, but you don't do nothing. You don't say nothing when it's happening. You don't lift a hand when it's happening. A tyrant's rule is prescribed by how long the subjects are willing to be ruled. How long are you guys willing to be ruled? How long are you willing to absorb the bad rule? Y'all are making noise on social media. Waswahili wanasema kilio cha chura hakimzui ng'ombe kunywa maji. You're making noise. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. How many people have been kidnapped ever since Alfred Keter was kidnapped in broad daylight in front of his kids and his wife? He never did anything. That was him. Somebody is kidnapped. He comes from, so why should we? There's this senator for Kiambu, Tangwa or somebody. He said something that really triggered me. In fact, that's why I've decided to come back on YouTube, because at least somebody's thinking. I'm not going to tell you what he said. You go find out. But when you're finding out, I want you to remember, a tyrant's rule is prescribed by how long the subjects are willing to be ruled. If you refused bad rule, you remember what you did with the finance bill? You can still do it. You don't need anybody else. You don't need Raila to do whatever you did in July. You don't need Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. If it's what you want to do and you're serious about it, you're supposed to do something. Because for how long are people going to be disappearing? Somebody disappears, the next thing you know, they are found in a quarry with their bodies dismembered. Somebody disappears, the next thing you know, they are found in some forest, disillusioned and naked. For how long is that going to happen? The border guys in Nairobi yesterday who intercepted, I don't know if it was a Volkswagen. Yeah, I'm not advocating for violence. No, I'm not advocating for violence. But you know, sometimes when people are pushed, man, nah, something has to be done. And if you're waiting for somebody to come do it for you, uh, you're really gonna wait because nobody's coming. People are eating. Cows are being fattened. I hope you do the right thing. I hope you do the right thing. That is for the people. William Samoei Ruto, I believe you want to be re-elected in 2027. I don't know if it's going to happen because you've really made so many mistakes. But don't you think you're supposed to make some corrections before time? Because if you wait until 2026 to start changing things, have you ever heard what they say about an idea whose time has come? Removing you will be like that. An idea whose time has come. You know what it is. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. I'm back on YouTube. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Support me. And like that lady from Nigeria made me correct some 1-2 things. I want you guys to just correct me. I'm open to correction. I'm open to criticism as long as it makes me grow. Though not everything is gonna make you grow, but yeah, I'm open. Go to the comment section. Tell me what you think. For how long are we gonna be abducted? For how long are you gonna sit down and see somebody being abducted? When they come for neighbor number 1 and you don't say anything, it's okay. They come for neighbor number 2, you don't say anything. It's okay. When they will come for you, there'll be no neighbor number 3 or neighbor number 2 to talk for you. They will take you. Think about that. Thank you so much.